What is good, guys? I am the Guru, and welcome to an NBA 2K16 video. As you can see, there's a draft going on because what I'm going to be doing is a fantasy draft, my league, because honestly, I've seen a lot of rebuilding videos and stuff like that on YouTube, and rebuilding is kind of easy to do, in my opinion. Like, I feel like in 2 to 3 years, it should be almost guaranteed with how shitty the trade finder and stuff like that is, how broken they end up trading DeAndre Jordan for shitty ass players. Like I remember seeing somebody traded it was like a 80 overall for DeAndre Jordan. Like, it might have been like a 78 overall or something, small forward, for DeAndre Jordan straight up. And so I think the trade finder is kind of broken. I feel like rebuilding videos, I might do an NBA 2K17, but for the most part, people have done basically every single team for rebuilding. So I'm going to be doing a fantasy draft that should make all the teams pretty even, and it'll make it harder for me to win because I won't have a whole bunch of amazing players. But right here, I'm thinking that we got to go with James Harden. Because he's just the beard, man. I gotta go with the beard. His perimeter defense isn't too good, but he is James Harden. And or should I get Paul George, man? Paul George, or I don't know, man. This is a tough decision. James Harden is an amazing player, but so is Paul George. Paul George does have better defense, but I don't know, man. I think this pick is basically based on preference, and I'm gonna have to go with James Harden, honestly. Like, I like James Harden a little bit better than I like Paul George. And then we're gonna simulate, of course. So I am doing Serpentine, I think it's called, or whatever. So we did end up getting the 7th pick in the draft. So then it's gonna end up going all the way to the last team in the draft, and then the last team that picks gets to pick 2 picks in a row, and then it comes back to us. So we kind of have to wait a little bit. I do not want Rajon Rondo because he cannot really shoot too well, and I like players that can shoot, even though Mike Conley only has a B 3-pointer, so I don't even know, honestly. We might end up getting, should we pick up Dwight? There's a lot of, like, I want to pick up Rudy Gobert or Jaleel. Is Jaleel still on the board? I feel like, did they really pick Jaleel Okafor already? Holy shit. They picked Jaleel Okafor already over Dwight Howard and Marc Gasol and Enes Kanter and Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is honestly the pick that I'm looking for. If we can pick up a center, picking up Rudy Gobert would be pretty good because he's a pretty good rebounding defensive type center, and I don't really use centers too much for offense. All they really need to do is rebound and maybe put it back up for some second chance points. So I'm thinking we should go with Gallinari. Wouldn't be too bad of an option as well. His defense sucks. Chandler Parsons, Manu on the board. I'm thinking we go with Mike Conley. Or should we go with Rondo, man? Rondo isn't bad. Let's go ahead and go with Rondo. Because he was the best person to choose from. And then we're going to get a pick real quick right here. And I think that we're going to have to go with either Gallinari or let's go pick up Rudy Gobert right now. Because if we don't pick him up, he's going to end up getting picked up by the time our pick gets back to us. So let's simulate all of these picks. Wait till we get back. And Luol Deng is still on the board. Goran Dragic. I think, Iggy. This is where it starts getting tough because we have a point guard, shooting guard, and a center. We do need a small forward. I kind of want Kobe, but I mean, I feel like Kobe might still be on the board in a couple rounds because they don't really pick him since he's 36 years old. I've only done fantasy draft maybe like one time in this game, and Kobe Bryant was on the board for a while, so maybe we could possibly get him when it comes back. I'm thinking we go Iggy right here. Not a bad pick, or Ryan Anderson. Ryan Anderson would also be a really good pick for us. I'm going to go ahead and get... I think I'm going to get Iggy and hope that Ryan Anderson is still on the board when it gets back to us. So let's go ahead and get Iggy. Simulate to our next pick, and he is not. Damn. So we do still need a power forward. I'm really upset, dude. I wanted him to still be there. Okay, Marvin Williams, also a pretty good option to go for. Markieff Morris wouldn't be too bad. I kind of want to stretch four where they can shoot threes to space the floor out a little bit, which Marvin Williams would be good for. But Markieff Morris is a really good inside man. Actually, his rebounding is worse than Marvin Williams. So let's go ahead and pick up Marvin Williams at the 4 spot. So that's going to be our starting lineup probably, unless we could pick up a player who is just the same overall as one of our starters. Probably Marvin Williams would be, if we can find a power forward, but I highly doubt it. So Robin Lopez is a good pickup for the backup center position. Wilson Chandler would be a good small forward backup. So let's go ahead and pick Robin Lopez as our backup center. And now let's hope that Wilson Chandler is still there. Amir Johnson wouldn't be a bad option as well at the backup power forward. But we're going to go ahead and get Wilson Chandler because honestly, Jeff Green is not too bad as well. DeMarre Carroll. I'm trying to see how many good players are left in each position to see if I should pick someone at that position now or if I should wait. Danny Green wouldn't be too bad of an option at shooting guard. Patrick Beverly is probably going to be picked very soon, and we do need a backup point guard. So I'm thinking we should go with Patrick Beverly, honestly, because I'm trying to think of a better point guard that we could get as a backup. Ty Lawson wouldn't be a bad option. Mo Williams, of course, also not a bad option. Really good mid-range jump shot. Yeah, fuck Patrick Beverly. Let's go ahead and get Wilson Chandler. Let me look at his stats first. Perimeter defense is good. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Wilson Chandler. Simulate to our pick once again. And I'm liking our team so far. We're pretty balanced overall. And we do have James Harden as our superstar, along with Rajon Rondo, which is not too bad of a combination. I don't know why I just sorted the players like that. So we do have, let's see, we need a backup shooting guard, a backup power forward, and a backup point guard. So Sean Livingston I would pick, but he can't shoot threes to save his life, and I hate people. We might have to pick him up though. Really good backstory behind him. It's amazing how he broke his leg like that. I watched that game live when I forget how old I was. I was really young though when Sean Livingston had his injury, and that shit scarred me for life. I was afraid to, because I played basketball my whole life, but I was afraid to drive to the hole for a while. Like I felt like my fucking leg was just gonna snap. Patrick Beverly is still on the board. What? Let's go ahead and get Patrick Beverly before somebody else picks him, and it'll come back to us real quick. And Danny Green is also still on the board, so I'm thinking we're gonna pick up Danny Green, and hopefully Ilyasova or Channing Frye are still on the board. I would honestly pick up Kevin Garnett as well if he's still on the board when it comes back to us, because he's really good from mid-range. Really good with his back to the basket, and he's a good defensive player and a rebounder, and he could be like the mentor of our team, you know, kind of like an old guy to help the younger guys out. So let's go ahead and pick up Danny Green as our backup shooting guard. Right? Yeah, backup shooting guard. We still need one. So Danny Green, our backup, or Aaron Aflalo, honestly. Which one? That B mid-range by Aaron Aflalo, though. So perimeter defense by Danny Green is better, so I'm guessing I would rather go with Danny Green because of his perimeter defense. So let's go ahead and get Danny Green. Simulate to our next pick. We're going to be around 10 of 13 now. So let's see if Ilyasova is still on the board. So let's go ahead and pick up Ilyasova and simulate to another pick. Tyson Chandler, PJ Tucker is all right. I like PJ Tucker. Kevin Garnett is still on the board as well. I think we have a backup for every position now. Yeah, we have a backup for every position. So right now it's just going to be players who filler players for if somebody gets hurt, and players that I like and I would like to pick up on a team. So honestly, I'm thinking we should get Kevin Garnett to kind of be the mentor, and he's like the only player that I like. Jose Calderon, not too bad either as a third string backup point guard. So Kevin Garnett is kind of down there, so let's get Jose for right now and then simulate and see if somebody picks up Kevin Garnett, because he is extremely old. Yep, Kevin Garnett is still on the board. So Emeka Okafor, he used to be a beast. I mean, like, I remember Emeka Okafor being like super hyped up. So yeah, let's go ahead and pick up Kevin Garnett to kind of lead the team, be the mentor, and then with our last pick, I'm pretty sure this is the 13th pick in the draft, we have 3 point guards, 2 shooting guards, 2 small forwards, 3 power forwards, and 2 center. So we honestly have, I would say, like a small forward would be cool to get, like an extra small forward. Ooh, Sean Marion. Danny Granger. Danny Granger used to be the GOAT, man. I remember Danny Granger was like one of the best players in the league. They said that, like, he was like Steph Curry before. Not literally, okay? Steph Curry's amazing, but fucking Danny Granger was like they were saying he was going to be the best shooter of our generation. Like, so I'm 21 years old, so my generation is more like, I wouldn't say it's Kobe, because right now, like, it is Kobe. My childhood was Kobe, but LeBron is my generation because, like, I grew up being like, how old was I when LeBron came in the league? Probably like 13 or something like that. So that's more of my generation because, like, I knew more about basketball while he was growing up, like while he was in the league and stuff like that. So Danny Granger was in the league at the same time. LeBron is only 1 year younger than him, I'm pretty sure. But they were saying he was the best shooter, going to be the best shooter, like, in the league, like, at the time, which was fucking amazing. And then he got hurt, I think. Paul George stepped in, and now Paul George is a superstar that we fucking know today. How crazy is that? So Danny Granger is now washed, like 71 overall with 1 badge. But I'm not really seeing too many small forwards I actually like. I would pick up Sean Marion if he could shoot the ball and his jump shot wasn't the ugliest thing to ever exist. But I'm thinking we pick up Mike Dunleavy. He's a little bit old, but he is a spot-up 3-point shooter. Let me go ahead and look at all positions real quick. And yeah, I'm thinking we're going to go with Mike Dunleavy as the last pick. And yeah, it's the end of the draft. So really want to see how these other teams turned out. First, we're going to look at our team. No, I want to go to the coaching lineup. Let's load this draft class. I am playing on Xbox, so we don't have Embrace the Pace. So which is what everybody uses for YouTube and stuff like that most of the time. But I found this dude on Reddit, Hurricane67. As you can see, 55 updates to this draft class. Pretty good draft class. I like it a lot. Potentials and stuff aren't that overrated. There are some sleepers in there and stuff like that as well, like players who are like 70 something, 60 something overall, but they have really high potential. So if you end up developing them, they end up becoming really good players, which is good to see. Not just you know, the top 10 players are always fucking amazing and that's it. But yeah, let's go to coaching, see what our roster's looking like. So we have Rondo at the 1, James Harden at the 2, getting 39 minutes, Iggy at the 3, Marvin Williams at the 4, and Rudy Gobert at the center. And then we have our 6th man, Robin Lopez, getting 27 minutes. I think I want to put Wilson Chandler being our 6th man. Let's give him 25 minutes. Let's give Danny Green and Patrick Beverley a little bit more minutes. And I kind of want to get Kevin in the game, man. Let's get Robin Lopez, let's say 17 minutes. 15 minutes for Patrick Beverley. And let's give Danny Green a little bit less, 16 minutes. And then let's give Kevin Garnett, all of those minutes. We at least need to get KG in the game for a little bit. You feel me? Like, and we didn't have anybody coming off the bench to let Marvin Williams get a breather. You know, we didn't have actual power forward. It probably would have been Robin Lopez playing the 4. But so that's gonna be our rotation. Let me go to scoring options real quick. Of course, James Harden wants to be. I want him to be the first one. I would put Rudy Gobert as the third, but he doesn't really have too much of an offensive arsenal, so we're going to put Rondo at the second, and then we're going to put Iggy at the third. And that's it for that. So let's go look at the other teams, and we'll start with 76ers. 76ers have Stephen Curry and Dwight Howard and Kenneth Faried and Kobe. Holy shit. That's actually a really good team. And Steph Curry and fucking Kobe Bryant on the same team is just fucking nuts, man. Just think if fucking Kobe was still in his prime, that shit would be amazing. But I feel like they would bump heads because Kobe does kind of have an ego and stuff. That's kind of why Shaq has an ego too. But I feel like Shaq and Kobe both had egos, and that's why they ended up not being on the same team. Dude, if Shaq and Kobe would have stayed on the same team instead of going their separate ways, all because they had egos, dude, they would have won so many rings. I don't know why they did that. Kemba Walker teams up with Andrew Wiggins and Eric Gordon, along with Jordan Clarkson. This is an alright team, not too good. And this is us. Kawhi Leonard and Victor Oladipo, Michael Beasley, Kelly Olynyk. I don't know why I said Kevin Olynyk. Probably because it's the Cavs and I was thinking Kevin Love. But that's an okay team as well. Russell Westbrook and Zach Randolph. All this team really has is Russ. I don't really like too many other players. Tristan Thompson, the most overplayed fucking player. My nose is stuffed up. I'm sorry if you guys can hear me like sniffling every once in a while. But Tristan Thompson, the most fucking overpaid person in the whole damn league. Look at that, $82 million fucking for 5 years. Like, I'm a huge Cavs fan. This is like Tristan Thompson just pissing me off. Like, look at this nigga's stats, dude. Like, 8 points, 8.5 points, 8 rebounds, 0.5 assists, and you're getting paid $82 million, just taking up all our cap space. Whatever, dude. D-Wade, Valanciunas, Gallinari, JJ Barea, David West, Paul Millsap, Eric Bledsoe, Alec Burks, Otto Porter, Sean Livingston, Lance Stevenson. This team is alright, I guess. Anthony Davis and Goran Dragic, along with Enes Kanter, Will Barton, Amari Stoudemire. Not a bad team. LeBron and Deron Williams, Evan Fournier, Julius Randle, Brandon Jennings, Rodney Stuckey, Hassan Whiteside, CJ McCollum. This team's alright, I guess, too. I haven't really seen any teams other than the Sixers that I was just like, wow, because Kobe and Dwight and Curry. But Jimmy Butler and Gordon Hayward, not a bad duo right there, along with Marc Gasol. That's a pretty good team. And Nerlens Noel, not bad. John Wall, Kristaps, and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Greg Monroe. That's all right. Damian Lillard and Tyreek Evans, Marcin Gortat and Manu, Kevin Durant and Mike Conley and Chris Middleton. This is a nice little, and Tim Duncan, but that's only going to be for like a year because he's 39 years old. He's old as dirt, man. Tim Duncan has gray hairs, like still playing in the league. Holy crap. Kyle Lowry, Derek Favors, Chandler Parsons. This is an alright big three, I guess. They're not really a big three, but it's an alright little threesome, no homo. The Mavericks have Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan. That's kind of ironic. Paul Gasol, Dirk Nowitzki, two big men that fucking are great as shit. They're getting old, but they're both amazing, and they're on the same team. That's crazy to see. Along with Darren Collison and Batum and Wesley Matthews, that's not a bad team for like 2 years, though, because these players are going to retire. Isaiah Thomas and Chris Bosh with J.J. Redick and Harrison Barnes with Joe and Noah as well. Carmelo Anthony, Tony Parker, Devin Booker. DeMar DeRozan, Al Jefferson, Tobias Harris, Jabari Parker, Paul George, Derrick Rose, Thaddeus Young, Jahlil Okafor. I don't know, Jahlil Okafor got picked so quick, man. I wanted him on the team. Draymond, Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, DeMarcus Cousins and Ricky Rubio, Serge Ibaka, Towns, Schroeder, Aaron Gordon, Jeremy Lamb, Kyrie and Kevin Love on the same team. That's crazy how that worked out. Evan Turner and TJ Warren as well. Andre Drummond with Zach LaVine and D'Angelo Russell. This team is pretty young with these 3 players. That's a big 3 in like 4 years, not even 3 years. D-Russ and Zach LaVine should be pretty good in 3 years. This team would be really good. And the Warriors have LaMarcus Aldridge, LA, Jay Crowder, Al Horford, and Jokic as their top players. But oh, the Wizards as well. I forgot about the Wizards. Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson, Rudy Gay, Jamal Crawford, Tony Allen. But yeah, that's the rosters. Our first game is coming up against the Cavs. Let me look at what the Cavs roster was again. Kawhi, Victor Oladipo, Michael Beasley. We should be able to beat them pretty easily. I am going to be playing games in this little series. Hopefully this series will last the whole summer until 2K17 is about to come out. But hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this series as well as other series and games. UFC 2, I play stuff like that. And like the video if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.